Yeah. Good things that help you.
Again, everybody, 6 o'clock, we're going to call the meeting to order. Everybody, please stand for a moment of silence. And introduce by Mr. Welcome.
A moment of silence in the honor of all of those who are currently serving us in the military and those who have served us in the past. Let's pray together. Our Father in heaven, again, we give thanks to you for the many blessings that you give so freely. We thank you again that we live in a country in which we're free to express our opinions. We're free to support whatever political party or group. We're free to assemble to worship you or choose not to. We pray, Father, that you help us to never take for granted the freedoms and the liberties that have been so hard won and fought for us over many years. We ask your continued blessing upon all of those who are serving in public roles, those who are first responders, those who are serving in our military, those who are serving in law enforcement and protection. We pray for your guidance and wisdom on the part of all of those who are assembled in this room tonight, who have the awesome responsibility of leadership to make decisions that will impact the lives of the citizens of this county and community. I pray your wisdom upon each and every one of them and all of us who are in other appointed or elected offices. We continue to pray for peace across the world. We know there is still blood being shed in a lot of places, some that we don't even hear about as often as others. But we pray for peace. Father, help us to be people of peace. Help us to find common ground. Help us to find resolution to disagreements. Help us to put the concerns of others before our own. We pray your blessing upon those of our communities, our villages, our towns, our cities, our county who are struggling with whatever struggle they may be facing. And Father, help those of us who are stronger and healthier to be people of compassion and people of support and help to those who are struggling, and help us to be uplifting those around us instead of trotting down on them. We thank you again for this country, and we pray that you will continue to bless and watch over us. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. Amen. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Thank you.
Potter. Present. Vaughn.
Here.
Bodine.
Present.
Boyd. Butler. Here. Eckel.
Present.
Golden.
Here.
Green.
Here.
Hawker.
Present.
Henderson.
Present.
Hope.
Present.
Jackson.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
Lamar. Here. Tim McFadden.
Here.
Nick McFadden.
Yes.
McMahon.
Here.
Morgan.
Here.
O'Kane. Perlman.
Here.
Shepherd. Stark.
Here.
Steinball.
Present.
Watson.
Here.
Dan Wright.
Yep.
Gary Wright.
Yes.
Steve Miller. 24 present, 3 absent, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Let the record show that Mr. Miller will be excused tonight. Unfortunately, he is ill. So the last thing that he wanted to do was miss the meeting tonight, but he just wasn't feeling up to fill the place. So everybody just keep him in your thoughts and prayers tonight. We'll carry on tonight. Everybody should have a copy of the agenda in front of them. At this time, I'll accept any adoption to the agenda or amendments to the agenda. If not, I'll accept a motion to accept the agenda as presented. Mr. Johnson, seconded by Ms. Hoag. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. You should also have before you the minutes from the previous meeting. At this time, if you need any amendments to those minutes, please speak so at this time. If not, I'll accept a motion to accept the minutes as presented. Mr. Henderson, second by Mr. Heckel. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item number 7, the report on claims. Everybody should have got a copy of the report on claims. At this time, I'll accept a motion to accept that report as presented. Motion by Ms. Hoag, second by Mr. Bond. Roll call vote, please.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Bodine,
Yes.
Boyd, Butler,
Yes.
Eckel,
Yes.
Golden,
Yes.
Green,
No.
Hopper,
Yes.
Henderson,
Yes.
Hoag,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Tim McFadden,
Yes.
Vic McFadden,
Yes.
McMahon,
Yes.
Morgan,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Perlman,
Yes.
Stark,
Yes.
Steinbach, Watson,
Yes.
Dan Wright, Gary Wright,
Yes.
Otter,
Yes.
24 yes, that's Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Number 8 on the agenda is the raffle program application list. I'll accept a motion to accept that list as presented. Mr. Watson, second by Ms. Lamar. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Item number 9, we'll open the floor to audience comments. Just a reminder that comments are limited to 3 minutes apiece. Also to a total time limit of 30 minutes. Appreciate this, yeah. That's fine. That's good. See that, everything's done.
Yeah. Or anymore, it's something else. We're witnessing big pharma's accelerated collapse in public confidence in pharmaceutical companies dropping by 20%, totally 20%, while 59% of new business leaders deliberately misled the public. This will affect all people since 22 million people work for big medicine. The Trump administration has launched aggressive enforcement against pharmaceutical advertising, while lawsuits over products like Tylenol threatening billions in liability. The Make America Healthy Again movement has gained significant political influence and effect that is pushing the industry to the brink of mass layoffs and shrinking fortunes. So buckle up and hang on. Nearly every drug you're taking is not needed. There are over 400,000 drugs from the beginning of the 20th century, and you've been told they're required to make you well, prescribed by doctors who are taught by manipulated systems that never teaches you how to control the food you eat or the medicines you're given, whose business is to give you more of something that only treats the symptoms and never the cause. So much so that 18 to 34-year-olds, 38% say they disregard doctors' advice in favor of trips to social media. The White House has instructed several federal agencies, including Health and Human Services, to study what they do. The Department of Health and Human Services is being tapped to study potential electromagnetic risk, and the DoD is to examine possible national security threats. On October 7th, it was announced by Director Russ Watt that he had canceled $8 billion in climate funding. $8 billion cut from the federal funding for all solar and wind turbine projects, bringing all wind and solar energy projects to a halt nationwide. Meanwhile, back in this room, a full of proud political acts where 26% of you haven't played each month that you get paid, following each other down the road to your room. All but one of you vote the same way each time, held captive to a state that pays you $3,300 a year to vote the way you were told. Each time voting for something that is dying and will pull you down with its destruction, leaving you with no power to resist. Soon the tall legal man who tells you how to vote will soon tell you how to think and what to do. He takes your soul and your vote in controlling your world. And why aren't we planning a thorium or compact nuclear reactor in our county? Keep it up. We're all watching your destruction in real time. So just look at the top of the public screen, smile and wave to everyone you're deceiving.
Hey everybody, my name is Vermilion. I am lead developer for the Musketeer Wind Project, which you'll have in front of you to vote on tonight. We've been developing this project for the past few years and very excited to be at this point. This is a big milestone for us. We're excited to have this project ready. Briefly wanted to review the economics of the project. This project is in the northern part of Vermilion County in the Rankin area, and it will be an economic power. This project will be paying over $100 million in property tax revenue over the first 30 years of the project life. That averages out to about $3.3 million a year to various tax entities within Vermilion County. Additionally to the economic opportunity from the tax revenue, there is also the jobs that the project will create, including hundreds during construction and also between 10 and 15 during the operation of the project. The project will be operated by a full on-site staff who will monitor the project, who will take care of the project. They will maintain the project, everything from the turbines to the substation to the batteries to the O&M building, operations building, every single component of the project. So the O&M team. We also have wide support for this project. We have site agreements with the city of Hoopeston and the village of Rankin. We have a resolution of support from the Hoopeston School District. We have a letter of support for the Rankin Fire Protection District as well. We really look forward to continuing the development of this project. We're very excited for the opportunities that it's going to bring. You'll hear from several of our supporters here tonight after the public comment. So let them speak up the implications of the project. So, but on behalf of the over 100 families that we have participating in the Musketeer Wind Project, I just want to respectfully request your approval tonight. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Rita Ellis. My address is 11490 State Route 9, Hoopeston. I'm a proud Vermilion County resident, having lived here for 15 years now. I come to you tonight to discuss a submitted application for the Musketeer Wind Energy Project. My home sits on 3.5 acres and was purchased in July of 2020. My husband and I have invested money in rehabbing our property over the last 5 years. We have a 3/4 of an acre private fishing pond on our property. I have been invested in the Musketeer Wind Project since finding out it was potentially coming to our area in 2022. I have attended every public hearing and meeting regarding this project. It's disheartening to see very few of you county board members at these hearings. There are 4 turbines currently going to be within 1 mile of my home. The property I own is going to be greatly impacted by this project. I consider myself a stakeholder with this project, as these turbines will affect my day-to-day living from construction on. I attended the 2023 meeting at Hoopeston City Council, in which the former mayor was the deciding vote in shrinking our barrier for wind projects. At that meeting, our voices were dismissed as we don't live in the city limits. I find it interesting that he's now a member of the Wind and Solar Committee for this county. In my communications with Invenergy, they continually pressured my husband and I to sign a good neighbor agreement. We told them numerous times we had not received an agreement by mail. Once they reset and we received it, the property in this agreement was not our property. I brought this up to Invenergy's attention, in which they told me they will send a new one once I sign the current wrong agreement. To this day, I still do not have a corrected agreement outlining my property and the compensation I could receive from this nuisance. I also would like to know how they conducted studies of my pond's wildlife or potential shadow flicker of my home when they didn't even know my residence existed. Prior to attending the August hearing, one of the current county board members contacted me by phone and offered a bribe if I didn't speak out at the hearing about my concerns. This board member said if I stayed quiet and quit posting about this project on social media, he would work to get the turbines surrounding our home to not go in. These are the people representing the best interests of this county, people that are trying to restrict your First Amendment right. During my attendance of the August hearing, I learned that an 8-acre battery storage system center would now be a part of this project. As a stakeholder, there was no communications about this becoming part of the project. The residents residing closest to this project also had zero communications. The only way I knew about this was attending the public hearings. Once again, Invenergy prides themselves on being good stewards of this county. Yet where has the communication been for the citizens most impacted by this project? I understand the county board is limited on their power with green energy scams in this state, thanks to the current governor.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Randy Wallace. By the way, 11490 State Route 9. I'm here because this project impacts me, my family, and my property. As you may think, the state's law HB 4412, referred to as the city bill, takes your power away from this project. It does not. This bill does not say anything about facilities that is still in the county's power. The 8-acre battery storage facility that they added to their plans after it passed the Houston City Council and now want to put in should not be allowed. You want all that lithium sitting right on top of the water supply for hundreds of thousands of people. Not to mention that 2 of the 14 battery stations that in Energy has had a thermal event. By the way, thermal is defined as a fire. This does not make me feel that they are that safe. This area of the county is protected by volunteer firefighters who really are not trained for this kind of fire and are not guaranteed to be around at all times of the day. As a former volunteer firefighter, I know this. And Venderby still has not disclosed what a volunteer firefighter would make if a thermal event should occur. I should hope it's a lot more than $17.50 we made her call when I was on. The board is here to represent us, the people, not this company. I feel like this board is doing the opposite. I was told that my wife and I kept our negative comments off social media and not say anything negative at the meetings, that they would not put the turbines behind or in front of our property. With all the new state investigations into the county board, really makes me wonder about how much potential corruption could be with this project. I guess if it passes, we might know. To close, I really wonder if a wind turbine even makes enough energy to offset carbon footprint it takes to make and put them up, not to mention the carbon footprint it takes to mine lithium for the battery storage facility. Thank you.
Becky Howard, and I just want to reiterate, a couple of months ago, I asked where we were with our small modular reactor committee. And I haven't, nobody has to keep me informed, but I haven't heard anything about this committee being formed or taking off. I heard that a person not affiliated directly with the state board might be in charge of that, but I don't think that's an option or the possibility anymore from the news that's come out in the last week. I would like to know, are we going to pursue this? And I know no one's going to give me an answer. Are we going to pursue this? Or are we just going to wait until this fades away or somebody else steps up and gets it? I mean, it's an opportunity, and I think that we're missing the boat. Thank you.
Yes.
I want to thank you all for being here, especially those of you that aren't obligated to be here. Yeah, put a whole new meaning in we the people. Ye are the people. Thank you. My grandfather was an illegal immigrant. Came to this country in 1910 and raised a family. Very, very wise man, street smart. He often said to me, remember this, there's 2 ways that you look at it. From the outside in or the inside out. Pick your seat. Well, you know, those outsiders looking in, you said, you know, those are the people that gonna take pot shots at you. They're the ones gonna criticize, analyze, and critique you, and belittle you, and humiliate you if they can, slander to some degrees. And so that bothers me. I'm thinking, maybe I'm not the right guy for this position. You know, maybe I ought to find somebody in my district that does have all the answers. Although I'm not sure they've heard the question. So, you know, I think about that and, I'll probably stick with it, but, I appreciate what the board does, not because I'm a part of it, because I have been part of it, and I know how much effort and time that a lot of us board members put into this organization, so thank you also. God bless you, each and every.
My name is Kevin Moore. I'm a resident of North May County. Here to speak specifically about the battery energy storage system, or BESS, facility that's proposed within the Muscle Road project. Although we own a home that is 1.1 miles from the proposed facility, my wife and I have never been contacted by anyone to win, by phone, in person, or by mail. We learned recently about the BESS from community members and neighbors. I'll bring a little different perspective to this discussion. In addition to living next door to the proposed site, I'm a member of Eastern Carolina Electric Board of Directors, or local electric co-op. My statements are my own and do not reflect the views of the cooperative or the members of the board. That in mind, I have a good understanding of generation, transmission, and distribution systems and interconnectivity of resources. Giving a statement is very difficult. I have a lot of questions that will not be answered this morning. I do encourage the board to take notice of my questions and get the answers on record from the developer. My biggest concern is regarding the potential hazards that will be forced on my family, my neighbors. We can all do internet searches and find instances where fires have occurred at facilities. According to the EPA website, and I quote, BESS fires can be, that's the storage systems, can present unique challenges for host communities and first responders. Fire suppression. Lithium battery fires are extremely difficult to extinguish and may reignite hours, days later. Emissions. Battery fires can release harmful gases that pose health risks to nearby residents and first responders. Environmental impact. Proper cleanup and disposal of damaged batteries, specialized procedures. Read that and tell me you want that extra room. I don't. My first question is, how many megawatts of storage is the system? My guess is it wouldn't power much for very long. I'd like to know, is this BESS system dispatchable from my system, which is the Vermilion independent system operator, which is the regional transmission organization, which basically tells which plants to come on and off, and they regulate voltage. So we all come to rely on for reliable electricity in our homes. I also like to know where this batteries are being charged when the turbines are running, will the grid provide electricity to charge them? The question is to ask, why does the BESS need to be located where they have site? Simplify energy put in lines, you can put water and pipe. You can put it in anywhere and take it out in any place that has a meter connection. If this is for grids to work, would these systems be more efficient located close to high demand centers, cities? Locate them close to substations, high density areas where when they're called upon, they can deliver energy with much lower line loss. Anywhere within the Western footprint would be an acceptable location. It would not be in May County, or even the state of Illinois. The second option is that the BESS will support the wind farm when it's unable to produce electricity. In this case, when the wind building batteries were expended, they would not be able to recharge. Would not be able to recharge the BESS until the wind started blowing again.
Thanks, sir. Time is expiring.
Okay, my wife will continue.
Casey Moore, said on his wife, and so I just want to reiterate that no one has ever contacted us about this project, the battery storage. So I find that to be a big issue, but I will continue on where Kevin left off. Public Act 102-112, section 55120220 includes supporting facilities which include electrical storage systems. I'm sure the board has been informed that this act gives them no chance but to accept the best. I'm not aware, but to me, this language is vague. To me, supportive means thus can be only charged in the case of Musketeer wind with the energy generated in turbines. If the best can be charged when the wind farm is not producing, it is not supportive facility and not a dispatchable resource used to manage demand and voltage for the grid. My intuition tells me that the latter scenario is more realistic and that application of this act and should be challenged to protect the citizens of our county. Has Wind promised to buy a bond specifically to cover the cost of the best thermal unit? How much of that bond is guaranteed to be used to compensate those exposed to battery toxins, which is a real concern and a real possible scenario. How would they determine who would receive compensation? If these things are so safe, purchasing such an instrument should not be cost prohibitive. What independent resource has industry knowledge has the board utilized up to this point? Are you relying just on the company? As a member of another board, this is Kevin, I know you can't be experts on everything. I encourage you to find other sources of information besides the developer. I would like to know how close you have to be to the project to get a phone call or one of the door hangers. Greg, I don't know his last name, Greg claims to have done. His pride of the level of neighborhood communication they were able to achieve seems a little misplaced. I don't believe Musketeer has done its due diligence or communicated with us in risk mitigation protocols. It would be my wish that the county board revisits the application and try to defend the rural citizens against the health risks being forced upon them by the best.
Chairman, county board members, thank you for the opportunity to speak. My name is Russ Hyken. I've been managing farmland and brokering farmland in the Vermilion County area for 46 years. My first experience with wind turbine farms was in 2008 in the Fowler Indian area where I managed some farmland over there. Since then, I've had the opportunity to be engaged with a number of energy companies. I'm not here to debate or present to you facts and figures on the pluses and minuses of wind turbine farms. You all have your own opinions and you all have your own facts and figures to look at. What I want to represent is all the companies that I've worked with in the wind turbine farms and the development of them. Some have come to fruition, many have not been successful. Invenergy has been a company that I find to be high in integrity, and they have fulfilled every commitment that they said that they would fulfill. And in the construction process, yes, there are things that go wrong, but it's not that things go wrong, it's how you resolve those issues. And my experience with Invenergy is what they said they would do, they did. And when it was broken, they fixed it. And many times, particularly in drainage lines, they fixed it in better condition than its original condition. So I can say from my personal experience as a farm manager representing landowners, and I have 4 landowners in this wind turbine project that is impacted by this and have decided to exercise their right of ownership by signing up with option agreements. And Invenergy has been good to work with. They've communicated and they have fulfilled what they said that they would do, and I would expect the same on this new project. Thank you for the opportunity to listen.
Thank you.
Russ, I'm ready to Illinois. I grew up on a farm right north of Ellis, 1 mile, which is part of this big project they've got going on. I speak for your approval of this thing. I feel this wind farm since I was township supervisor for 24 years. Nothing's been heard of a tax case in Memphis for this county, school districts, rural districts, even cemeteries. And so consider your role carefully. It's very important. Thank you so much. Thank you.
My name is Mike Hatfield. I grew up in the Livingston community and proud to run the Livingston schools. I'm also a landowner with my property located a few miles west of Livingston. As you know so well, it's not often that group brings an opportunity for new revenue streams to the table for the citizens of Vermilion County. If they do bring an opportunity to the table, impactful revenues are unheard of. This wind turbine project, spearheaded by Invenergy, brings impactful financials to the table. Citizens of Vermilion County, especially the northern communities of Houston, Rankin, Eastland, Potomac, and Henning, along with Danville Area Community College, Houston Library, Conservation District, Grant Township General Fund, Grant Township Roads and Bridges and Special Services Funds, numerous fire districts, and those school districts in Rossville, Potomac, and Houston I mentioned. This plan is beyond what any internal or external group has ever attempted to do for the benefit of these communities and its citizens. I want to thank Invenergy for putting together this project. I know the board is aware that the Houston Planning and Zoning Committee, along with the Houston City Council, voted in favor of this project. There's also a meeting held in Rankin, and that meeting also resulted in overwhelming support for this project. And as the board knows, the Vermilion County Wind and Solar Committee voted recently overwhelmingly to approve this project. I want the Vermilion County Board to know that I too am in favor of this project, and I respectfully ask the board to consider casting their votes in full support of this project. In doing so, your citizens and those of the future will be eternally grateful. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Todd Cassavery, I live in Georgetown. I'm also the superintendent of the Veterans Assistance Commission, but I'm here tonight as a concerned citizen. Just to give you a little background, every year, the Veterans Assistance Commission submits a proposed budget every year to the county. And as such, it gets funded through a special tax of 0.2%. This year, because we have a surplus in our bank, we have foregone the 0.02% on the tax levy. So I just want to make it all residents of Vermilion County aware that we will not be collecting that fee this year. And we are working hard to get our services better in line to help the county. And also, we just kind of, we've had one person that's ran it from the data mill, and she's been doing it by herself. And our superintendent has been really working hard, especially here of late with all the FOIA requests from county, personal groups, Edgar County groups. And she is trying to process all those requests as quickly as possible. But she is only one person. So I just wanted to let everybody know and clarify some of these Facebook posts and news stories of, misconceptions and understandings of certain public officials making statements on their private socials. So I just want to let you know, we are here to serve all members, all veterans of Vermilion County. The biggest problem is most of our veterans, either Vietnam or Korean War, and to put it bluntly, they'd rather shit and sit in it than ask for a toilet seat. They're proud Americans, they're proud soldiers, and that's part of our problem is trying to get these soldiers to come in for actually ask for help. And so with that being said, I want to say God bless every veteran, and hopefully we can figure out a way to get this all situated and figured out. But I just wanted to be on the record that we are not taking money this year. We're using our extra money that we've had in the bank.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Sabrina Kelly. I'm a veteran who has actually requested assistance through the VAC last year and was denied automatically because of my disability rating. I served 7 years active duty. I got out in 2017. I got an ED 214. I had my VA benefits, all the things, and I was told that I was not financially, I had made too much money essentially, is what I had done. And that wasn't looking at my budget, that wasn't looking at anything of my financial struggles, that wasn't any consideration other than my disability rating. I needed a new engine for my vehicle, and so then several months later, the Veterans Assistance Commission said, oh, well, we'll reconsider as a hardship. I sent a 2-page document, it's a statement as to my financial situation. I sent all of my bills for a whole year. I sent my car payments, I sent my mortgage, I sent everything, and I was still denied. And for somebody to ask me for that amount of information, just to tell me that it doesn't count for anything, now this person knows my whole life story for no reason. And so for what, just getting denied again? That was last year, and now everything's coming to a head. I have all documentation, I have my emails, I have everything that can be readily available for who would like to see it. Thank you.
Thank you, Brandon. Any other hands on this? Last call, audience comments. Thank you for everybody who showed up and to speak tonight, we appreciate it. Every day, especially today, we appreciate you exercising the freedom right to speak. So, moving on to agenda item number 10. 10A, I'm going to invite Mr. Kite to the podium to answer any questions. Before Mr. Kite gets started, I'll entertain a motion to approve 10A, which is the citing application for Musketeer Wind and Energy. Have a motion. Mr. Henderson, thank you. Second, Ms. Hosey. Thank you, Mr. Kite.
Okay, I'm happy to take any questions that go here, but as I think everyone is aware, there's the Invenergy project, which is known as Musketeer Wind. It's a 300 megawatt project. It was originally proposed as an 81 turbine project. They did remove 3 turbines from the proposal. Those were turbines 52, 53, and 55. In total, it's a 300 megawatt project. It's in Butler, Grand, Middleport Townships. The Wind and Solar Committee recommended approval with conditions. Your executive and legislative committee then took the matter up. They also recommended approval with conditions to the full county board. I'm gonna go through a couple of highlight points just in relation to the conditions. Does anybody have any questions so far as to what I've talked about? Okay, hearing none. A couple of items to keep in mind that are from the proposed conditions from the Wind and Solar Committee. The project would have to have a road use agreement prior to obtaining a building permit. It would have to have a decommissioning agreement prior to obtaining a building permit. Also, the developer would have to post 100% of the decommissioning funds upfront for the building permit stage. Different than what the statutory requirement is, which only allows for 10% of those decommissioning funds to be posted. They have agreed to post 100% upfront from the building permit stage. At the time or prior to the building permit issuance, the county will be able to retain an engineer to review the building permit submissions that are provided. There is an aircraft protection lighting system that's proposed as part of the wind project. That ADLS system would have, if it's approved by the FAA, they can have to install it, maintain it, and operate it throughout the life of the project. ADLS system is a system that rather than having constant flashing lights at night, they only come on with a aircraft within 3 miles of the project. They shut off when the aircraft exits that zone. It doesn't pick up a commercial aircraft, it's only aircraft in a certain scene. If there is a negative impact on water use from the project, they would have to then work with whatever property owner has had a negative water impact in relation to the project and supply them with potable water. In relation to emergency response, there was a letter of approval or support from the Rankin Fire Protection District. One of the requirements they would have to do before they get a building permit is they would have to work with those fire protection districts and those mutual aid districts that would be potentially responding to come up with an emergency response plan. They would have to provide any training or equipment that those fire protection districts may need to be able to respond to an emergency within the project. That includes the battery storage portion of it. And then the last condition I'll mention is in relation to aerial application. If there is any increased cost in relation to aerial application, you have to work with those landowners or farmers to avoid whatever that cost may be. Anybody have any questions for what I have covered? Yes, Mr. Lloyd.
We had one couple come up concerned about them. You mentioned water, that they would be responsible for any damage to the water. Is there gonna be pre-testing before and after the deal? Let's say the couple that had their property, the water on their property, they're concerned with the damage that it may cause. Are we gonna test their water now? And then post construction, so we can monitor what if there is damage to their water?
It more relates to if there is, in relation to these projects, typically there's a batch plant that may be constructed. Batch plants, of course, use a lot of water. So if there is a reduction in the amount of water that they can have, then the developer would have to find an alternative water supply. County board wants to add a testing requirement to water, they could do that.
Right.
Um,
You know, if they start having dead fish show up on their property. You know, they're gonna, and it's the winter is up.
Yeah, I'm not sure that there's any evidence that would support that, in relation to that specifically. There was an environmental study as part of it. There was also review by Illinois Department of Natural Resources, U.S. Fish and Wildlife. Those issues do not reflect a concern of potentially harmful impact on fish in a pond that might be nearby.
So we're just talking water loss here.
And so somebody, let me give you an example. So if in the construction of the project, we typically have a batch plan that might be constructed. Okay, so the batch plan is to make concrete foundations, the turbine pads. So if there is a reduction in somebody's water, but let's say the batch plan reduces the water supply to somebody who might live near. The developer has to come in and go, "Okay, we're gonna get you taken care of in relation to your waters." In relation to ponds, that's done by, relation to wildlife, fish, and wildlife. That is relegated by or regulated by the Illinois Department of Natural Resources, U.S. Fish and Wildlife. Those reviews that were done by them not indicated the potential impact that might occur as to a pond. So if you're talking about a pond, it's a separate issue that has not been indicated to be some sort of harmful impact that would occur. At least from the IDNR's review or the U.S. Fish and Wildlife.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, any other questions? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. With this battery storage, yes, we do not have an ordinance for that.
Correct, but you take a battery storage project, in Illinois, they're regulated. If it's a standalone battery storage, in other words, not connected to a wind or solar project, they're regulated separately. If it's connected to a battery or something, it's connected to a commercial wind energy facility or a solar energy facility, it's considered part of the supporting facility in the definition of the statute. So your ordinance and the conditions cover what would be the battery storage portion of that.
So what's the amount of the liability covering that?
Well, when they come back before they get the building permit, the decommissioning agreement would have to go through an engineering review by the county's engineer. So that, I don't mean Adrian, I mean, the county would retain their own engineer
to review the decommissioning plan that's been presented. Decommissioning cost estimates that's been provided by them. And then there would be, if there needs to be adjustment, then that engineer would identify what areas need to be adjusted in order to account for example, the battery storage portion of that. So their decommissioning plan at this point does have the battery storage included in the decommissioning cost estimates. If your question is in relation to a liability question, they have to maintain insurance in relation to the project in the amounts that is stated in our ordinance.
What are those amounts?
I believe your amounts are 5 million per occurrence and 20 million in the aggregate, but I can double check it for you.
Well, the ordinance I have, like you're talking about on an individual basis, they're requiring 10 million per occurrence and 40 million in aggregate.
Okay, well, there's your answer.
I know, but we don't have that in our ordinance. Because that's what I'm saying, it needs to be separated.
Do you mean in relation to batteries?
Yes.
That covers the same thing. When a project is part and parcel of a wind project, a battery storage, it's part and parcel of a wind.
I understand that.
It is included as part of the definition and included under the overall project of the wind project. That portion of insurance coverage. 10 million in per occurrence and 40 million in aggregate also covers that battery storage portion. If you don't have a separate ordinance, you can't have a separate ordinance that governs it because it's already part of the site statute. Requires it be governed by your wind ordinance.
So the ordinance we have now, you just said we had 5 million and 20 million.
But I said I would have to check to be sure, number one, and it sounds like you
I'd
have.
like to know that before I vote on this tonight. I think it needs to be sent back to make sure that's upfront.
It's 10 million and 40 million, that's what it is in the ordinance. If that's what it is in the ordinance, then that's.
This isn't your ordinance. This isn't our ordinance. This is one I have one that was given to me from another county that has ordinances for those. Okay?
Well, I can check what those amounts are. But they have to come in the ordinance.
The other question is,
But you can't change it now. When the project,
who's going to be liable if there's a fire?
but it's not, the county would be liable. Developer has to maintain insurance for the project. The county doesn't have liability. In fact, one of the requirements is that they have to indemnify the county for any issue that might occur then. The county doesn't have that liability. Developer has that liability.
The other question I have is, I know one time we had a vacancy on our wind and solar committee, and it was supposed to be filled by somebody from the health department. Did that ever happen during his hearing?
It was the health department.
Who was it?
Jenna Messmore, I think was her name. Yeah, she was there for the entirety of the year.
That's all I have.
Okay, any other questions?
Yes, I have concerns about the battery situation. This hasn't been really. I wasn't able to be at the last meeting for the executive committee of illness, but I don't think we've explored this very much with the battery situation. This is the only project, is this correct, that we have with the battery and the wind or the solar project?
That you currently have, there has not been any project battery storage as part of the project.
I had talked to the developer in reference to that. He advised that the fire departments would have training, but I specifically asked about monetary assistance to the fire departments, because this is a unique situation, not just here locally, but everywhere with battery fires. And they advised me that there was no monetary assistance for the fire departments, but you're telling me the ordinance says that there shall be, which is correct.
So if you review condition number 28, fire protection and emergency response, companies shall cooperate with all fire protection districts and provide funding and the necessary training or for new equipment to prepare the district to respond to fire or other emergencies concerning the project.
I understand that's what our ordinance says, and that's what the conditions say. I'm telling you, I talked with the company representative, specifically asked that question, and was told that there would not be additional funding. So I don't know where we're at on that. That concerns me. The battery situation concerns me.
That's part of the conditions, so they have to follow the conditions. So whether they want to do it or not is not relevant, they have to follow that. Okay, any other questions anybody might have?
Any other questions, right on, item 10A? Any further, Mr. Bodine?
I'd like to make a motion to table this.
Second.
We have a motion on the floor to table agenda item 10A, second by Mr. Hawker. Any discussion on this motion? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Bodine,
Yes.
Butler,
No.
Eckel.
Yes.
Golden,
No.
Green,
No.
Hawker,
Yes.
Henderson,
No.
Poe. No. Jackson,
Yes.
Johnson,
No.
Lamar,
Yes.
Vic McFadden,
No.
McMahon,
No.
Morgan,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yeah.
Parliament,
Yes.
Stark,
No.
Steinbach, Watson,
Yes.
Dan Wright, Gary Wright, Otter,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Tim McFadden,
No.
11 yes, 13 no, 3 absent, Mr. Chair.
Motion table fails. Any other discussion?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Rob.
This is difficult, but come about that. I'm very much in favor of personal, individuals' property rights. I'm against zoning. But, this battery situation has got me very concerned. This is a unique, different animal than we have ever had presented to the county. I came here tonight with the intent to vote yes for this resolution. I have talked to several people. And it seemed like, I didn't find any opposition. But it appears there's opposition. I heard it tonight from people living in the area. You know, there's strong opposition in southern part of the county, for this type of windmills. But I'm concerned about the battery situation, I'm concerned about the fires. I think we're just going too fast, too quick. Everybody know. Thank you.
I agree. It's a very difficult situation we find ourselves in month after month, it seems like. But unfortunately, we have limited say so, as we've done repeatedly. As far as the batteries, I know you weren't able to attend the executive committee, but we did discuss the battery situation in that meeting. It's also gone through all the departments as well, the battery situation was discussed in the wind and solar committee. And it still came to us with full approval, so. It's up to us to vote around or down at this point, so. That's what we're here to do. Mr. Watt.
Yeah, I would just a question of why the folks that spoke out tonight, why they weren't informed of the battery storage facility.
It's to the application. The application is posted online and the notices are sent, published in the paper. Notices are sent to adjacent and those owners that are nearby. The application has it in there. It is posted online before the hearing.
Any other discussion?
Mr. Guy, real quick, just so I understand, again, I know we spoke about it before, but just so I think more board members can answer a question to more board members as well. So since.
Can you turn your microphone?
Sorry, well, I'll just talk louder. I don't normally need those. Because the solar or because the battery project is in the wind and solar project, it falls under state statute, correct?
That's correct.
That's how I read it. That's how you explained it to me. So if it was separate, it was sat all by itself, then it could be separated out of this. But since it's not, it's tied into the project, then it goes by the current state statute that we follow.
That's correct. It's considered under the definition of supporting facilities, part of the supporting facility.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Butler,
Yes.
Eckel,
No.
Golden,
Yeah.
Green,
Yes.
Hawker,
Oh.
Henderson,
Yes.
Hoag,
Yes.
Jackson,
Abstain.
Johnson,
Yes.
Lamar,
Same.
Vic McFadden,
No.
McMahon,
Yes.
Morgan,
Oh.
O'Kane. Yes. Perlman,
Yes.
Stark,
Yes.
Steinball,
Yes.
Watson,
No.
Dan Wright,
Yes.
Gary Wright,
Yes.
Otter,
No.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Bodine,
No.
Tim McFadden.
Yes.
Okay.
15 yes, 7 no, 3 absent, and 2 abstain, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, motion carries. Moving on to ten B. Consider discuss vote on a resolution approving a livestock management plan for Vermilion Solar 3 LLC. Before we hear from you, I entertain a motion to approve this item. Mr. Henderson, second by Mr. Perlman. Thank you, Mr. Kite.
This is
in your house.
This is a livestock management plan in relation to a project that was previously. That project was Vermilion Solar 3, that's one of the pivot energy projects that came through at the beginning of the year. The project was approved for special use. Before they can get a buildable project or building permit, they have to get a number of steps that they have to go through. One of those is that they have to obtain a livestock management plan submitted to the county for approval. This is a plan they submitted, covers various aspects related to veterinary care, the sheep that might be sheep, by the way, sheep that would be on the site, to nutrition, water supply, and then certain certifications for people who might be grazing or doing the grazing of those sheep. As part of it, they reached out to the University of Illinois, that's the plan, to talk to them about what they may need, or what the University of Illinois would suggest. University of Illinois does not have a specific requirement right now as to solar grazing. My understanding is they're working on one. They did refer the developer to some other states that had plans that have been developed. That's the plan, the nutshell of the plan that's before you. If there's any questions that have been trying to answer, I don't believe there's anyone from the developer. There is somebody from the developer. I take it back.
Is there runoff control?
I don't think there is runoff from the sheep, do you mean? Yes. I don't think runoff control is listed specifically in livestock management.
Water protection.
The livestock management plan would be animals that are not there permanently. They're there on a temporary basis, and it would be taken somewhere else during that livestock or during that grazing. Okay.
Is there a law, isn't there a law that you have water protection from livestock?
I'm not aware of a statute that talks about water protection in relation to livestock. If there is a statute that regulates that, it would be subject to the statute. There is one.
Anybody have any other questions for Mr. Kite regarding ten B? Any further discussion or debate? Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Eckel,
No.
Golden,
Yes.
Green,
Yes.
Hawker,
Yes.
Henderson,
Yes.
Hoag,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Vic McFadden,
Yes.
McMahon,
Yes.
Morgan,
Yes.
O'Kane. Perlman,
Yes.
Stark,
Yes.
Steinball,
Yes.
Watson,
Yes.
Dan Wright,
Yes.
Gary Wright,
Yes.
Otter,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Bodine,
No.
Butler,
Yes.
Tim McFadden,
Yes.
Twenty-two yes, 2 no, 3 absent, Mr. Chair.
Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Kite. Moving on to 10C, you have before you a resolution authorizing the issuance of property tax abatement by Vermilion County. Have the motion to approve the resolution is presented. Mr. Golden, second. This is start. Discussion, before you, we have a resolution that will extend the area as well as the date for tax payments for the Illinois Enterprise, for the Illinois Enterprise Zone Act. So this is an act in our county that's expanding the boundaries as well as the timeline to abate taxes for any new businesses seeking to move into Vermilion County. So as part of the economic development plan, you can see the different levels of abatement lined out in the resolutions for you. And so within the Canadian executive legislation committee, was approved. Sent forward to y'all for full board approval. Anybody have any suggestions? And we'll move for roll call vote, please, Madam Clerk.
Golden. Green. Arthur,
Yes.
Henderson,
Yes.
Poe,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Lamar. Vic McFadden.
Yes.
McMahon.
Yes.
Morgan,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Phillips,
Yes.
Stark,
Yes.
Steinball,
Yes.
Watson,
Yes.
Dan Wright,
Yes.
Gary Wright,
Yes.
Otter,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Bodine, Butler,
Yes.
Eckel,
Yes.
24 yes. Tim McFadden,
Yes.
24 yes, 3 absent, Mr. Chair.
Motion carries. Moving on to item number 11, our financial update, Chairman Hawker.
Mr. Chairman, it's all right, I'd like to do it from my desk, it's easier standing right now. The financial report, I'll have it. Currently, at the end of the quarter, $723,000. In the general fund, total revenue was 14,000,000. 384, 14. As you see, we more revenues than what we have in the fund. That's what we've been projecting all the way along. Are there any other questions in reference to the financial?
Any questions for Chairman Hawker on the financial update? Now we'll move on to 11B.
I would like to move to dispense with the reading in the biannual budget appropriation ordinance, State's Attorney Department. It's amount of $3,778.37.
I have a motion by Mr. Hawker, do I have a second? Mr. Henderson.
This is a grant money and some money that was spent to send the state's attorney and some for assistance to the conference. Totally covered by grant money.
Anybody have any questions, discussion or debate on this item? If not, roll call, please.
Green,
Yes.
Hawker,
Yes.
Henderson.
Yes.
Poe,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Vic McFadden,
Yes.
McMahon,
Yes.
Morgan,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Perlman,
Yes.
Stark,
Yes.
Steinball,
Yes.
Watson,
Yes.
Dan Wright,
Yes.
Gary Wright,
Yes.
Otter,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Bodine,
Yes.
Butler, Eckel,
Yes.
Golden,
Yes.
Tim McFadden,
Yes.
24 yes to be absent, Mr. Chair.
Motion carries. Moving on to item C,
Mr. Hawker?
I would, like to move to mandate the biannual budget appropriation to the drug court fund by $10,000 and dispense authority.
Motion by Mr. Hawker, we have a second. Mr. Vic McFadden.
This will be taken out of the fund balance, to have ample funds in.
Any comments, discussion, debate on 11C? Hearing none, roll call.
Hawker,
Yes.
Henderson,
Yes.
Hope,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Vic McFadden,
Yes.
McMahon,
Yes.
Morgan,
Yes.
O'Kane. Yes. Perlman,
Yes.
Stark,
Yes.
Steinball, Watson,
Yes.
Dan Wright,
Yes.
Gary Wright, Otter,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Bodine,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Eckel,
Yes.
Golden,
Yes.
Green,
Yes.
Tim McFadden,
Yes.
24 yes, 3 absent, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, motion carries. Moving on to 11D, Mr. Hawker, tax levy.
I would like to, move to continue the tax rate and extensions to be put on display for 30 days.
Mr. Hawker's motion for the tax levy on display for 30 days. Do I have a second? Mr. Eckel. Go ahead, Mr. Hawker.
I would like to say that, first of all, I'd like to thank everybody, who participated, it's all the board members. And board financial. This and the budget. Everybody involved in, our tax rate is less than it was last year. We levy is an additional money, but due to the assessed value, the tax rate is lower than it was last year.
Any other comment, discussion, debate? I'd like to echo Mr. Hawker's comments and thank our department heads who've really put a lot of work into, trying to cut where they can and try to be fiscally responsible to our taxpayers. It's raised property tax in this in Illinois where property taxes are already well out of control. So once again, echo Mr. Hawker in thanking everybody for their hard work in this process. Roll call, please.
Henderson,
Yes.
Hope,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Lamar, Vic McFadden,
Yes.
McMahon,
Yes.
Morgan,
Yes.
O'Kane. Yes. Perlman,
Yes.
Stark,
Yes.
Steinball, Watson,
Yes.
Dan Wright,
Yes.
Gary Wright,
Yeah.
Otter,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Bodine,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Eckel,
Yes.
Golden,
Yeah.
Green,
Yes.
Hawker,
Yes.
Tim McFadden,
Yes.
24 yes, 3 absent, Mr. Chair.
Motion carries. Moving to 11E. The Vermilion County proposed budget for 25-26 fiscal year.
I'd like to move to dispense with the reading of ordinance and place the budget on display for 30 days.
And Mr. Hawker made the motion to put the 25-26 budget on display for 30 days. I have a second. Mr. Bodine. Go ahead, Mr. Hawker.
I would just like to say that again, that we're a lot of work involved in this, several of the elected officials and department heads especially have taken some of the expense that had been in the past in the general fund, transferred that into the special funds, which will help alleviate some of the expense on the general fund. Would like to make a comment on the budget for the veterans recreation. I would like to point out they only have 50,000. We did not approve that, but that question is presented to us by the commission. There's only $50,000 in that budget for veterans assistance. There's $50,000 in there for legal expenses. And then the personnel, so the overhead is like $180-some thousand. Counting the 50,000 to assist veterans, I still think it's way below. And the guys in the corridors, Lily decided in the county just last week, so I don't know if that will affect things, but I did want to point that out.
Any other discussion or debate on our budget?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just looking through a couple of things. I know that obviously we're just voting tonight to put this on display. But with that said, I think there should be some adjustments made at the next finance meeting. A couple of things that I, after fine tooth comb, went through it, comparing it to last year that are perhaps maybe missing for transparency reasons. So I'll refer back to the finance committee at their next regular meeting.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think, you know, that's after some discussion during the finance meeting, there's definitely some items that we stand to be revisited before the final approval of the budget. But for right now, we're just gonna put it on display. Everybody can take a good look at it for the next 30 days and you can adjust it accordingly as we see fit. Any other comments, discussion, debate, roll call vote? Clerk?
Pope,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Lamar, Dick McFadden,
Yes.
McMahon,
No.
Morgan,
Yes.
O'Kane, Perlman,
Yes.
Stark,
Yes.
Steinbach, Watson,
Yes.
Dan Wright,
Yes.
Gary Wright,
Yes.
Otter,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Bodine, Butler,
Yes.
Eckel,
Yes.
Golden,
Yes.
Green,
Yes.
Hawker,
Yes.
Henderson,
Yes.
Tim McFadden,
Yes.
23 yes, 1 no, 3 absent, Mr. Chair.
Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Hoffman. Moving on to 12A, our property committee, Mr. Steinball.
So in your packet, we have a contract with Performance Services out in Indianapolis, Indiana. And it states in the first page, it's for appointing at the courthouse at this building here, along with the minutes building. And then the elevator upgrade for this building. So I entertain a motion to dispense with the reading of the entire contract and move this passage.
Motion by Mr. Steinball, second by Mr. McFadden. And it's further discussion. Just a little bit of background, I think during the window project, we discovered at the courthouse that it was in pretty sad shape as far as the tuck pointing was concerned. We had some serious water leakage into the building. That time we determined we need to do something sooner than later before problems getting worse. This contract is a step forward in that process to help follow along and get those the repairs correct. Any other discussion or debate? Roll call vote, please.
Jackson,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Vic McFadden,
Yeah.
McMahon,
No.
Morgan,
Yes.
O'Kane, Perlman,
Yes.
Stark,
Yes.
Steinbach,
Yes.
Watson,
Yes.
Dan Wright,
Yes.
Gary Wright,
Yes.
Otter,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Bodine,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Eckel,
Yes.
Golden,
Good.
Green,
Yes.
Hawker,
Yes.
Henderson,
Yes.
Pope,
Yes.
Tim McFadden,
Yes.
23 yes, 1 no, 3 absent, Mr. Chair.
Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Steinball. Item 13. I have no need for executive session tonight. We're on to number 14, happy birthdays. Happy birthday, Miss Hope. I'm 21 this year. Congratulations. Happy birthday, Mr. Gary Wright, October babies. This time I will open up the floor for any board member comment. Board member, Mr. Victor.
Most people know I'm new to the board, got here in May. And during, like, when I first board, Jackson brought up about this solar reactor. And we've been talking about putting committee together, committee together, committee together. I know the wheels of government move pretty slow. But can we move a little faster on this? I mean, I think it's worth discussion. If we ask every month, and we say, yeah. Where do we need to go to make this happen?
So I believe any new committee, subcommittee, ad hoc committee is gonna be at the request of chairman. The chairman is not really, so if that's something we want to continue to pursue, I would recommend taking it to Chairman Miller, letting me know this is something we're serious about and that you want to see a committee form. But I believe that's gonna be his responsibility to form that committee.
I just think if this reactor comes in town, we can see the solar, wind turbines in our community. And it'll probably bring business. So just.
Mr. Chair, this is Will turn in here.
Is this on where I can be heard?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Explain to me this once again, because I have been waiting and referring. I was asked to get together a list of names who had agreed to serve. I was given a few additional names. I followed them up. I'm still waiting for Mr. Miller to act for a blue ribbon committee. I was given to believe, explain where I'm right or wrong, that he would appoint a blue ribbon committee, that we would make recommendation to this board. But if there is a motion made to start another committee and seconded and approved by a majority vote, why doesn't that work? Please enlighten me.
Former chairman can jump in and help me out if I'm wrong, but it's my understanding that any the ad hoc committee has to be recommended by the chair. So.
Point of clarification, I don't think he's picking on the chairman when he's in the hospital.
Nobody's picking.
So not next week, you guys.
I'm certainly, I'm just trying to answer the question presented to me.
You answer.
Any new committee, ad hoc, et cetera, has to be come through the chairman's office.
Well, for the record, I do want to state I have done my homework for months and submitted it, and I am waiting along with the rest, and I continue to hear great input in the county. And it would be very wise to stop delaying and make this happen. Or someone else will come to it before we do. And instead of them paying us for electricity, we will pay them.
Understood. Mr. Hopper.
Yeah, I would like to second the concerns that we move forward on this. I will have to say that I know that we're working with Vermilion Advantage on this. Now, due to the circumstances going on there, I don't know where that is, but I think it's something that we need to look forward to going. Also, in the comments, I would just like to say emphatically that I'm very disturbed with the recent events that have happened in the last week.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman. I believe the state's attorney would also say that we should not be talking about an ongoing investigation.
Mr. Chairman, I think I have been right to discuss it.
Let's take this up in the border by Mr. Epple. And we're looking for a point of clarification from our state's attorney.
I put out a press release last week, and each and every board member received a copy of that press release in the email. There is an ongoing investigation. If Mr. Harper wants to speak, that's his prerogative, I suppose, but as I have advised the board in the past, speaking about ongoing investigations, my opinion and my advice, although not always followed by this board and questioned by this board, would be to not make any comments about an ongoing investigation, which has been referred to the Illinois State Police, as well as the investigation will be reviewed by the Attorney General's office, not by my office.
Thank you, Ms. Lacy. Mr. Hopper, proceed.
Thank you. I would just like to state that I'm very disappointed that a public official would put out copies of a private conversation that he had with another county official. I think that's despicable. I've said that in the media and will continue to say that. Also, I want to re-emphasize 100,000%. I did not, nor have I ever made any slur to the Jewish people. Anybody, including Mr. Marin or anybody else, I will call out as a straight up liar. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hopper. Any other board comments? Yeah, Mr. Jackson.
For the record and everybody here, every month I do try to have one or two handouts. The small modular reactor concept alive. This month you will notice the handouts that kindly Jen has made and furnished to us are on the importance of the county board's role in a siting permit. That's because I have been told many times, oh, we need to use Vermilion Advantage or something else. And I said, hokum, tripe, and garbage. They do not have the gravitas to get the attention of the Department of Energy, the Department of Defense, or the Nuclear Regulatory Committee, because they do not have siting authority or permitting authority. And here is some data supporting the fact this board has. So it's important that the committee, if it's serious, comes some relation to this board. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Any other board comments? I'm gonna add my 2 cents to address the elephant in the room, because I feel it's important to say something from this seat about the ongoing investigation. We've all been made of the allegations last week. We all received a letter from State's Attorney Lacey, explaining the allegations that have been made. And I just want to commend her for taking swift and appropriate action to make sure that the allegations were handled quickly and sent to the appropriate authorities. As elected officials, we have a responsibility to act in a legal and ethical way. And anytime there's allegations that we've fallen short, they need to be investigated and they need to be taken very seriously. So at this point, as she stated, it is part of an ongoing investigation. We will be fully transparent and we will be fully cooperative of such investigation. And once the investigation has concluded, if it's found out there was wrongdoing, we will take appropriate action at that time. Again, I want to thank her for her actions. We take these allegations very seriously, and I just caution everybody, to remain patient while the investigation plays out and all of the facts come to light. On that note, we're going to move on to item 14C. Chairperson. Anybody, Mr. Hopper? No, we're going to be meeting for finally have a meeting this month. You will or will not?
We will.
You will, of course. Mr. Henderson.
There's no new business.
No new business, health and ed. Mr. Steinball.
We will be meeting Monday.
Yes, this totally.
As of right now, I'm not aware of any new business, but that could change.
Mr. Golden.
Public safety will not meet, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. What's Adrian got lined up for us?
I don't know. We'll just say maybe.
Want to go definitely maybe? Mr. Johnson
Nothing, Mr. Chairman.
and Mr. Miller. Just so you're aware, I know there's a few of you who have not gotten committee assignments yet. We also do have at least one chair vacancy for committee due to resignation. So I have put in a request with Chairman Miller to have a committee on committees meeting so we can get you folks to that committee and get some of those vacancies filled. So hopefully we'll have that for you guys next month's meeting, but we are aware and are working on it. Moving on to item number 15 is our appointments for October. You should have a list of appointments in front of you. You can review those. I will entertain motion to approve those appointments. Mr. Steinball, second by Ms. Hoag. Any discussion or debate? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? I have it. Announcement 2025. The North Fork FSA is set to expire in January of 2026. Their expiring is Donald Rokosh and is this 3-year term. It expires January 26. Also, item 17. Recess. Entertain a motion to adjourn. On recess, we do not adjourn. Entertaining a motion to recess.
Recess.
Recess, Mr. Henderson, second by Mr. Ethel. All in favor, say aye.
We're gonna get rid of more sitting here that long, you know?
Oh, I got it.